Hello and welcome. So today I wanted to do a video that has been requested, and I love when I get requests videos because then it just gives me a different idea of what to do a video on, and today it is about a bronzer. I feel like a bronzer makes a huge difference, and a lot of people that don't use it just makes it seem like your face is all one color. And if you have noticed, I don't have any bronzer on, and that is because I will be showing you guys where to put it and the reason why you should use a bronzer. So let's just get into it. Who has created bronzers and why do we need them? The number one thing that I feel like it makes a huge difference is it just sculpts your face, makes the cheekbones a little bit higher, gives you a little color, just because when you do a foundation, what I have on is just all one color and it seems kind of blah. It just makes it seem like you're all one color. Sometimes it makes you look like a ghost. So instead of doing that, it's nice to add a little bit of color, and bronzing color is the perfect one. My favorite one in the moment is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Now this is like the old packaging, but it's still the same formula from the new one that they have out. The reason I love this is because it's a matte bronzer. It's the perfect shade. It gives me the perfect amount of color without being too orangey or too bronzy. And I gotta say one thing, you guys. A lot of people think that you should contour your face, but honestly, bronzer is what they're really talking about, just because contouring takes twice as long and it's actually done with wet products, so any type of concealers. The thing that most people want but don't know how to say is they want a bronzer, but they're talking about a completely different thing. So a bronzer, something like this, will make a huge difference. Now you can tell this is like a nice bronzy shade, and it is a few shades darker than your skin tone, and that is what you want to look for. Normally, for very dark skin tones, it'll be super hard to find a bronzer or a sculptor that you can work with, so anything that's really dark and neutral is going to be really good for you. Bronzers, I think, in my opinion, is super important just because they give you color and they give you some type of sun-kissed glow to your skin. I normally will use this and then just a little bit of glow on my cheeks just to enhance it and make it look more glowy. Let's just begin on doing this. When you are putting a bronzer on, you want to have some type of smaller brush. Now this one is pretty tiny, but the reason I like to use this is because I can really get it nicely sculpted right there, and I don't have to worry about putting the product too much. Sometimes with the bigger brush, you can end up putting bronzer a little too much all over your face and it just ends up being too much color. What you want to do is find that hollow part of your face, so anywhere from the top of the earlobe to the end of your mouth, that is where you're gonna put it on. So you could already see how that's creating that nice shade, and I'm gonna go ahead. All you do is put it on and just blend it going upwards, and it'll give you some of that color. Now you want to do this super lightly, and you can already see how that's sculpting the face. It's giving it color and just makes it look more put together. That is all you need. Now look at this side of the face versus this one. That makes a huge difference. And also what I like to do is put a little bit at the temples just so that we're not all the same color everywhere. So I'll put a little bit right there just to give it more color all over the skin. For most people, they could just do it right at the cheeks, but I like to put it right at the tops. That's also really good for someone that has a very big forehead, just because that makes it, that sculpts your face really nicely, and then it doesn't make it seem like you have such a big forehead. So all you really do is just put it on and blend going upward in circular motions. I recommend doing this with every bronzer. It'll give you more of a sun-kissed glow and also no harsh lines. And that is your bronzer. And then at the end, you could always top off the top of the cheekbones with a little glow or even a blush. But in my case, I'll just leave it the way it is. And there you have it. I hope you guys did learn something and the way to put bronzer on. Now, I think it makes a huge difference when you are doing any type of foundation because it's giving you a little more color. Now, again, where you're going to put this on is if you were to connect the top of the earlobe to the corner of your mouth, and that is where that bronzer is going to go. Now, you don't want to go past your cheeks, just because that'll be too far and you don't want to go anywhere too high. So kind of right in the middle there, and that'll be perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and being here with me. And if you guys have any other suggestions or want any specific types of videos, comment in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!